Peace, everyone. Peace, Empress Lulu. Peace. My name is Shari Barry, and I have Shari Barry Art Studio online. Today, we're going to have a class. We're going to have an art class with Empress Lulu, and possibly there may be another student joining us as well. So we're going to start with a basic exercise. Can you hear me okay? Okay, great. Absolutely fabulous. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to activate our left and our right brain. So do you have two pencils?
Yes, I have actually D.
Oh, well, good. And you have two pencils and a piece of paper, and you're ready to go. So how this works is when you use both of your hands together, when you use both, or the hand that is not dominant, it activates the opposite side of the brain. So if you're right-handed, then if you're right-handed, it will affect the opposite side. So right is left and left is right. So it'll affect both sides of the brain. So we can get that analytical side or that reading side, and then we can get that creative side. Okay? And the right side of the brain is operated with the left hand. So hi, Marcia.
Hi.
Hi. So let's
take everything out that white bag.
Yeah.
Hi.
So let's get all set up. You need two pencils and a piece of paper right now, okay? And is it Kayvon?
Keon.
We'll get him in there and he can introduce himself too. Did you introduce yourself, Empress Lulu?
Hi, I'm Keon.
Go ahead.
Hi. Keon. Great.
You said introduce yourself. So tell everybody your name.
My name is Lulu.
Lulu. Okay, great. So I'm gonna let Keon get set up. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, so all you need is just a blank piece of paper right now and two pencils or two crayon, either way, or two markers. Don't use yellow because they won't be able to see the yellow, okay?
Okay.
You let me know when you're ready and we will begin. How about that?
You ready?
Yes.
Okay, your mommy sent you kisses. Yes, she's watching. Okay.
Yes.
You see her? Anyway, yeah, go ahead. We ready. She's ready.
You ready? Okay, so I'm gonna turn the camera around to my easel where I hold my paper, and then we're gonna begin. Keon, you ready?
No, nobody's ready over here. I just walked in the door.
Oh, okay. Well, let's give it a couple more minutes, and let me know when you're ready. So basically, we're going to do an exercise that activates both parts of the brain. With the left hand, it activates the right side of the brain, and with the right hand, it activates the left side of the brain. Now, the left side of the brain is where the creativity is, and then the right side of the brain is where you do your reading and you think about things. It's analytical math, all of that. Okay.
I mean, to get on the internet.
Okay.
All right. Flip it around. I'm gonna have to go on Facebook from there.
Okay.
Because I don't know how to blow this up on the picture. I can't figure that out. Get in there. Facebook.
Okay. Peace, everyone. Okay, you ready? Almost?
I'm trying to get on it. I got to get on my laptop because I can't really see you.
Oh, okay. You can't see me?
And Luke?
Not on my phone. Not what you're trying to do. It's like really small.
Okay.
I don't know how to enlarge it.
And Empress Lulu is filling her palette with acrylic paints because she's not using the watercolors. So
Oh,
she's
okay.
right now adding her paints to the water in her palette.
Okay, great, great. Well,
While Marcia prepares. So
okay,
Lulu's
great,
gonna do this.
great, great setup. Okay.
Charbay, could you speak to everybody about now the assignment today, the supply list was watercolors. Could you talk to us about using the acrylic option, using the water included?
Sure. Okay. We were going to use watercolor, but that's not a problem because acrylics can work like
You
watercolor.
guys
You have to
responded
water them
like
down
that?
more.
Okay.
Acrylics are a thicker paint and full of body, and they dry like a plastic. Almost, they're in between oil and watercolor. So you can use them as a watercolor, or you can use them as just acrylic paint. And a lot of artists use acrylic first when they're painting, and then they put oil paint on top of that. Now let's go over the supplies, what we have here. Everybody have 2 pencils, an eraser, and a sharpener. You have a jar or a bottle or a cup of water filled up, not very much. You have your paints. In my case, I have watercolor paint, 2 kinds. And then you have a paper towel. And the paper towel is simply when you dip your paintbrush into the water, you take it and you dab it on here. So you dab it on your paper towel so that you don't have too much water on your brush. The more water you have on your brush, the thinner the paint and the lighter the paint is. The less water you have on your brush, the thicker the paint will come out. So you know that. Okay. And let me just go over some of the tools that I have here, other tools. Since we're talking, this is a measuring tool right here. Let's see, right here. I use that, say, if I'm going to draw a person, to measure in between the eyes to see how far the eyes are apart.
Mm-hmm.
And then the nose and the mouth, so I can get them in the correct position. So this is just a measuring tool for that. So say, for instance, it's a really small picture. Trying to make sure I'm focusing there. It's a really small picture. Say this picture is this small. If I'm drawing a portrait and I use this I put it on the small portrait that I have. And then once I do this to make sure I got the right size on the portrait to measure the distance, say, between the eyes, then I turn it around here to make it larger. This will give me the correct dimensions to draw with. So I use this tool to draw with. And many artists have it, and it just calibrates the measurements so you get them correct when you're drawing a picture or anything. If you want to get it in the correct position, say it's a bowl and a cup on the table, and you want to get it in the correct position, then you just take this on this end, on the smaller end, and then you put it down like that. And then you'll have the correct width up here to make it larger. This is to help you to enlarge your portrait. Okay? Let's see.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And let's see, I got some other little things here. These are charcoal pencils right here. And these are pretty cool. Charcoal pencils. You don't have to sharpen them. You just take them and this little string right here, you take it and pull it down. Voila. Like this. And then it unravels like this. And then you have new lead exposed. Let's see if I can get it all unraveled. Here we go.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. And see, the lead is exposed. Now you can continue drawing. Okay. And then I have brushes. These brushes, this one in particular, these are this is definitely a watercolor brush. It's thinner. You dip it in the water and you want to bring it into a point here, and then you roll it in your paint. So let me give you some lessons of how you actually clean your brush and get paint. So I have these paints on my table. These are watercolor. You won't need it with the acrylic paint. You take this, you take the brush, and I want to activate my watercolor. So when I activate it, I'm going to take it and I'm going to put some drops. Let's see, let's do the green. I'm going to put a few, I'm going to use a bigger brush here. I'm going to put some drops of water in this, and this is going to activate the paint. And then you just wait a few minutes while you're waiting for that, and it soaks in, and then you can use it as color. It's already soaked in. Now I'm going to take my brush and I roll it. I don't do this. See this? I don't do that because that messes.
Okay, so Charbay is free. And Marcia, yours had a echo. So I had muted you. I hear me now.
Yeah, I hear you.
It sounds like a keyboard, like Herbie Hancock.
Yeah, ain't nothing. The dining room. My daughter's house, I wrote down a lot of stuff in when it had no echo.
But it sounds so cool. I'm gonna let it roll. Peace, everyone. Excuse me, peace. I am Joy Allen. I'm here with my granddaughter, Empress Lulu. Let me look at this sound check real quick. Charbay popped out the studio, should be back. So, hold on, let me check this sound. Let me check this.
And then you just
Everybody sounds fine. Marcia sounding like Herbie Hancock in the house. So my granddaughter, Marcia, I'm gonna have to mute you. So she wanted to take art classes. So I was like, oh, I know an art teacher. So I contacted Charbay and she said, of course I'll do it. So also at the same time, Empress Lulu has videos on my platform. So she wanted to do more videos. I said, what video you want to do? So she said art. So I said, oh, we can just do the art class all together into a broadcast combo. And then bring in other students who are like here now. We have another student here. And to encourage our children, for one, to be creative, as Charbay will call them, scientists, explore, and explore your environment and make it a creative place and express yourself. And I'm paraphrasing how Charbay would say it. And also to encourage our children to have productive and positive things to share on social media versus that crazy stuff that you will see on TikTok, and they're expressing themselves in corrupt, non-productive, and negative manners. So we're coming together as an example for our people, community, to show our children what they can do in their time. The word bored does not exist. The words I can't, I don't, all that negative stuff does not exist. There's always something for children to do. Marcia, I had talked to her and she was speaking to me about some extra time that she's spending with her grandson. And I was like, oh, y'all could come on to the class, to the broadcast. And she was like, sure, I'll do that. So yes, we're here to encourage, as always, our children to be more than what society has given them to be. So we are here today to do this. So right quick, I'm gonna share with y'all the expectations for today. And so the children, they are going to have two practice moments, and then they're going to have the final moment. So they have 3 workspaces right now today on camera. So, but after the camera goes off, there's no telling what they'll do with their expressions and their time. Marcia has a studio keyboard type event going on over there. I'm going to move this logo off of Marcia head. That's beautiful. She beautiful. I'm gonna unmute Marcia. We're gonna listen to her. Marcia, talk to us. Let me finish. What I was gonna ask you. Yeah, talk to us about you being here today. Gratitude. Gratitude.
I'm here with my grandson, and I wanted to make sure, like, I was understood. I was going with their first days, he's on 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks. So, luckily for her, I decided that on her journey, I would make myself stable at any given time. She didn't have to worry about child care. Because it's illegal to be guilty in the hospital by yourself. So I'm always available. I've been here since the day before, and I've been his caregiver. He is a wonderful child, very polite. I have no problem with him at all. He's such a good child, and I'm all my possessions to him. Out of the 6 grandchildren that I have, he fully receive anything from me because the rest don't interact with me. And hey, you got to put in the time. So nothing's going to give you for free. So Kiana is also interested in horseback riding. I found a lady where she has space.
Okay, hold on, Marcia. Hold on for me. I do not want to have to cut you off. I don't have to, but I can let you flow. I mean, I let you, but you can flow. Now, I heard, I'm going to make sure I back. Marcia, if you can, I would like for you to get your cell phone, because you had your cell phone at first, and go on YouTube and run it back, and you can hear your sound and how it's different. And because I'm not sure what's going on. I know I did hear her say horseback riding, and I forget what else I heard her say right now, but she definitely was sharing her contact information and more about herself. Her ticker is scrolling below. Where I'm gonna have Charbay continue as she would want to, and everybody's ready to start when you're ready.
Okay, great. Okay, so let's just talk about the water real quick and cleaning the brush. Okay, when you put the brush in the water to clean it, you're gonna wipe it on the bottom like you would do sweeping the floor, back like you're sweeping the floor. You wipe it on the side like so. And then you take your paper towel to get off the excess water, and you just kind of dab it on there and roll it. Dab it and roll it like that on there. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with
Okay, Marcia?
Are you still getting the echo? My
No, you sound great right now.
Oh, he fixed it.
Count on them, huh?
Right.
That's
He was like, move over. I'm like, okay.
Okay, so if you would start over for us, if you don't mind.
This is Marcia Harris Owens of Common Sense, COMMONSCENTS. I'm here with my grandson, Keon, and his mother is in the Navy, and I've been in Virginia since the day he was born. How old are you now?
11.
I know. I just wanted you to say it. And luckily for her, I am an on-call caregiver. So whenever she has to do anything in the military or she wants to night out to herself, she knows that I'm available at a moment's notice without any resistance. So Keon is also interested in horseback riding, and he used to go all the time, but the stable that they had for the military to go, they closed it down. So I finally found someone who does Western style writing. And as soon as she has an opening, because she was all booked up, she's going to notify me. And I told her she could just give me an hour's notice. I'll be there. So I'm looking forward to that. And Keon is self-sufficient. He's a very great child. Matter of fact, when I leave here from this plane, he will inherit all my worldly possessions. Out of my 6 grandchildren, he's the only one who interacts with me, so he'll get everything. You got to put in the work, and no one is putting in work and visiting me or calling me. So no love lost, but hey, he's going to reap the benefits of what he does naturally. He also takes martial arts, and we do have to get him back into class. What type of martial arts do you take?
Taekwondo.
Taekwondo. So we have to get him back into class because of COVID. He had to come out, and I can't wait till he gets back in. What sports do you play?
I used to do baseball, but I think I'm gonna go for football or basketball.
Okay, well, I'm gonna be looking at basketball because football is too dangerous. You can get brain injuries. So, and we're paralyzed. So we won't be doing football. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting him into back into martial arts, back into horseback riding. My friend Stefan Bay is going to be training him on heavy equipment. We'll be setting that up sometime, hopefully in the next 2 or 3 months when the weather gets a little better, and I'll be training with him as well on that, just in case he can't do the job. I'll be available as his backup. So that is Marcia Harris Owens and Keon Harris of Common Sense.
Hi.
Say hi.
Okay.
I had
Hi.
to mute the mic. All right,
Hi.
Shar, you ready?
I'm ready. Okay, so take both pencils in your hand. And remember, this is going to be a little uncomfortable. I'm using crayons so you can see it, hopefully. So we're going to move at the same rate. So I'm going to do first, and then you do. Okay, so I want you to watch me. I'm going to turn my camera around, and then I'm going to do first. It's just a little short exercise. So I'm going to put my two oil crayons on the paper. Can you see it okay?
Yes, we see you good. It's kind of pausing, but we can see you.
And then I'm going to move in the same direction. I'm going to try to do the same thing. It's mirroring the same thing on both sides. Okay. All right. So I'm going to try and see I messed up a little bit because I'm not a lefty, I'm a righty. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to create a design, anything, just with line and curly lines. So let's do that. And this activates the right and the left brain. So try to do the same thing on both sides.
Okay, you hear what she says?
It's like that.
That's the same thing on both sides.
Yeah, at the same time.
Okay.
Any shape you want to do.
Let me know when you're done. It doesn't have to be a lot, but try to work from at the same time, same
I
rate.
think I see it.
I'm going to help you, ma'am. Hold on. I see you can't see it. Where's your box at?
My box. Just your laptop.
Oh,
Okay.
You're looking at it.
Yeah, mine.
You can do that. That's a good exercise to use.
Here, try this. Draw over it.
So, over.
Trace it.
Yeah.
Do it the same way.
Let's see
This
what
time
you
you're
got.
doing with the-
Okay, Keon, let me see how you're doing.
Oh, my bad. Where we at? Yeah, we could see it. It's just kind of faint because we used that pink, that lead.
I said pink, that lead. Hold on, let me unmute Marcia. Marcia, you muted? Did you? Yeah, Marcia's muted.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
He's just over here being technical assistant here. I don't know anything. That was mine, and then this was Keon's. Kind of looks like a ghost at the bottom. Like, woo. So Keon is left-handed. He's naturally left-handed. We're not gonna try to force him to be right-handed. He do what he do. I'm right-handed, so yeah, I can't do the left thing unless I have to eat under duress.
There you go.
Can you show yours?
Oh, okay. Very good.
Oh, you can show it here.
Very good. That's very
Can you see it?
Hold on, man. All right, go ahead.
good. Good job. Yeah, you all. I'm gonna turn my paper over and
Whoa. Almost like mine. That's just frozen.
All right. And Shar is froze again. Marcia, I see you said you did one too. You participating over there? I seen it. I didn't even think of myself to do it alone, probably because I'm man in the studio, but that's
Yeah,
what's up. I'm gonna have to run it back.
I thought this was for everybody.
and when we turn our paper
Yeah, that's a great
over,
thought because my mind
what
was
we're
on
going to
studio. So yeah,
do
that's a
that
great
here.
thought. I'm glad you did. I'm gonna
Right
run
by
it
the
back
modem.
and I'm gonna do
Let me
mine.
check my modem.
I'm like Kai Creatrix. I didn't draw yet. All right.
That is very good.
Charbet got it.
Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to actually draw koi fish. I'm going to teach you how to draw it. We're going to use simple lines, curved lines, and we're going to use the letter V. So let me show you what we're going to do. I'm going to put it at top here. Let me see if I can move that in closer. I'm going to try to move it in closer so you can see. That's better. Okay, so we're going to use the letter V, and we're going to use half circles and wavy lines. We're going to use those, okay? All right, so let's start. Now we're going to make what is called parallel lines. And I don't know if you know what that is. Parallel line is a math term where both lines kind of go, they're going in the same direction. Kind of what we did with, it's the same thing actually as what we did when we were making the curly lines. So let me show you. We're going to start with the koi fish and we're going to just make a wavy line, half circle line like that. And then we're going to make, and you notice how it's close at the top. And then as I come out, I'm going to make it wider, just like that. See if you can do that. Can you do that for me? Remember, smaller at the top.
You can. Go ahead.
Smaller at the top, just like the letter V would be. It's kind of, we're making kind of like the letter V upside down, but wavy like this. But we want it close together, and as we come out and come down, we get wider and wider. Okay, let me know when you're ready to move on.
I am.
You are?
Uh-huh.
What about you, Kian? Ready? Okay. All right. So now we're going to use the letter V, but this is what we're going to do at the end. Instead of making it a point at the end here, we're going to round it off like this. So it's going to be rounded. So we're going to come back to this line and we're going to make the letter V and we're going to connect those lines. When we connect those lines,
Yeah, go ahead.
Now let me know when you're ready.
I'm done now. Already.
You're done now?
Uh-huh.
How about you, Keon? Are you ready? Okay. Now at the top, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to connect those lines with that letter B, that rounded B, just like that. Say just like that. Got it? Okay.
Yeah.
Now that you have that, let me know when you're ready. Okay, now at the bottom here, we're going to make a half circle. We're going to make it really close to the end. We're going to make a half circle right here, just like that. Just like that. See that?
See it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you see the mouth?
Mm-hmm.
You see that? Cool. Great. Now you have the beginnings of the fish. Now this is a little bit difficult, this part that we're gonna do here. So I'm gonna go real slow, and then we're going to make the fish. We're gonna start at the end, and then we're gonna kind of make a wavy line like this. Okay, so do that. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, now right here at the end, we're gonna do a wavy line, but let me watch what I do. Okay, so I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna go over, and then I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna make it a little bit shorter. Okay, so it's kind of like the letter 8, number 8. So over and over. So it's just like this. Over and over, just like that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Great. Kiana, how you doing? Okay. Now that we have that, we're going to put the rest of the features on the fish. Your fish. We're going to use oval lines. So we're going to come like here, and we're going to make one big oval line, not too big though. One oval that is kind of like a geometric shape. So it's oval here. And on the other side, we're going to make it smaller. We're going to make it really small. So just like that. Because this side is closest to us, this is going to be bigger and this is going to be smaller. Okay?
Okay.
And then inside the eye, you're going to make another oval inside the eye, just like that. And then a smaller one on the other side. You see the smaller one on the other side?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see the fish?
Uh-huh.
That's great. I can see it. Okay. All right. So now, are you ready, Kayvon? Kian? Ready? Okay. All right. So now we have to create the fins on the fish. And the fins are a bunch of wavy lines. So basically, the lines go like this. Let's see. And then you're going to come back, and it's almost like a triangle here. You're going to bring it out and like this, okay? Basically. So we're going to go right in here, kind of behind the eyes, and we're going to go, and we can do it on the other side too. You can draw a light line and go, just like that. Now I'm going to it's going to go like that. We could do it like that. Or we could do it like this, and you got the lines, okay? That's one fin. Two fins. You're going to do the same. There's a smaller one back here. So make your fins. There's a smaller one back here. So there's a smaller fin back here. Now you can make these fins as large or small as you want. It's just up to you. Okay. And this one actually, because mine is so big, you really can't see it. But there's two here, two here. Okay. Now you know. Have you ever seen a koi fish?
No.
No? I should have brought pictures. Okay.
Look like Keon has.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right, Keon. Great. So now, so I'm going to kind of do this sticking out here. Looks like there's a fin behind there. Okay, now we're going to work on the tail. We're going to create a tail. Now you can get as fancy as you want, or you can just do it simple. Wavy line coming out here, any way you want. Remember, it's up to you. And wavy lines going up there.
We cannot see the right edge of your paper. The back of the tail. There you go. Thank you.
Mhm.
Gratitude. Oh, it went back. There you
Okay.
go.
Okay. There you go. Okay. Now, many people, what they do is they create little lines, light lines to kind of connect them. But there are a lot of little lines. Now, remember, your wavy lines can be any way you want. And here, you could do it like this. Let me move that up. And then you're going to put lines through there. And you're going to follow the shape of your fish when you do that. Follow the shape. And you probably want to make the lines kind of close together. And just keep on making lines until you fill it up. And I'm going kind of fast, so my lines are not perfect. Now, let me just say this while you're doing this. Each one of you are going to, when you do this, your lines are going to be different. And that's okay, because no two people draw alike. Okay? Now, one of our last group of lines are going to be here. This is on top of the fish. This is kind of like the fin sticking up. So what we're going to do is we're going to make lines, and we're going to follow the shape of the fish. And just lines, simple lines. So follow the line. This is called a contour line. When you follow the shape or the way the lines go, it's a little bit bent. It's not straight. It's kind of curved. And just follow the shape. Follow the shape. Okay? And here, follow the shape. Contour lines. They have a little bit of curve to them. And now you have a koi fish.
What you say? What you say, Lou?
The coin about annoyed.
She said the koi would about annoyed.
What about the noise?
You annoyed, little girl?
Ah, you little.
You not
You
all
are.
right?
Okay, so now you know how dogs and cows, giraffes have spots. Well, koi fish have spots. So let's make some spots, and you can make them anywhere you want, any place on here. Now, when we make these spots are like, they're irregular. They're not regular shapes. They're what you call I just escaped my mind, but they're
Abnormal.
yeah, they're shapes found in nature. So you can just make any kind of shape any way you want it.
You mean like
And
abstract?
abstract, but there is There we have shapes like this, which are geometric
Mm-hmm.
shapes. And then we have shapes that are found in nature, like leaves on a tree. Those are shapes that don't really fit anything. Our bodies are like geometric shapes found in nature. Organic shapes is called. Sorry.
I don't know how then we come up with that one.
Yeah. Okay, so you
Organic
can,
art.
yes, that's right. So you can make them anywhere you want on the body, any shape you want, using wavy lines all the way down, just not on the fin here. And then all the way, you can make some back here. You can make them round. You can make them just like spots on a dog or something like that. But you can make your shapes any way you want. Usually they have something going on up here. So while you're doing that, I'm going to tell you about making your shapes. I'm going to tell you about where they come from. Koi fish, they originally came from China, and they were originally black and white. And then they were used for eating. They ate them alive. Then they went to Japan, and Japan, they ate them, but they were so graceful, so beautiful. What they did is they genetically engineered them, and now they come in many different colors. Are orange with brown spots, or yellow with red spots. They have all different kind of colors in them. So this is your opportunity to make your world, your art, what you want. So any colors that you choose to use are great. So the spots are going to be a different color, and you can use more than one color on the spots than the body on here when you paint. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So what do you think? You think you got this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
I think so.
Oh, I forgot one thing. Guess what they have?
What?
Whiskers. They have
Kind of like
whiskers.
a cat.
Yeah, just like a catfish. They have whiskers. So down in here, we're going to make some whiskers, and we're going to just make a wavy thin line and come back up, follow that line parallel, and make our whiskers. Okay. So you can put two on this side. Maybe one is a little smaller. And then over here, you can make some whiskers going this way. You can make them as long and short as you want, but you want to make them kind of thin. And I made them thick for you. Okay. Okay, now let me take a look at what you guys doing. Okay, who's first? Who wants to be first? Okay, all right, Keon, let me see yours. I want to bring it closer so I can actually see it, because let's see.
This is what I've made so far.
Oh, wow, that's great.
That's beautiful.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, that's fabulous. Okay, thank you. That's very good. Okay, so let me see yours, Lulu.
Oh, you want to do yours?
Bring it close. Oh, I see it now. Wow, that's amazing. You guys are amazing. You're amazing. Great. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to take your other paper. You can either use the one you have and paint it and then do it later, or you can draw it one more time. It depends on what you want to do, and then we can begin to the painting process. So again, we're talking about paint. So let's talk about paint a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to make my koi fish. I'm going to again clean my clean my brush. I'm going to use a smaller brush because I want to um, follow the outline of the organic shape. So I'm going to go back to the color I had. And remember, you can make it as colorful as you want. There's no wrong way to color it. But what I want to show you is this. When you begin to paint with watercolor or even acrylic, you're going to follow the contour line, the outside line. So you paint just the same way that it goes. Now I'm going to do that all first. The reason why I'm doing that is because it's going to keep me from painting outside the lines. But if you do, that's okay too. It's all up to you because it's your world. This is your art world. Okay, I'm going to dip it back into the water, wipe it off a bit, and then I'm going to continue. And I'm going to wait till I've gotten it all outlined. I'm going to take my time and paint it all the outlines all the way around. When I do this, I'm guaranteed the paint is going to stay inside the shape. Now I'm going to take my bigger brush, and this is where you can go crazy with the bigger brush. I'm going to take my bigger brush, and I'm going to dip it in that color. Dip it in that color. Now I can paint more. See, I'm painting, and it's got a little bit of water on the brush because I didn't dab it. Now it's all done. See that? So your challenge is painting the contour line of your shape, and then going back in with a bigger brush or the same size and painting it in. So you're going to do that. Okay. So let me see you guys doing that. Let's see what you do. And because it's my painting and I'm the creator, I'm going to use another color on my spots because I want to, just because. So let's see. I think I'm going to use this salmon color here. And I'm going to take it and roll the brush. And then I'm going to do this one. So my spots can be many different colors. Painting the outside lines. And take your time. You're not in a rush. When we finish, you can continue to paint it. And then we can post it because I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. Let's see if I can get a bigger brush. I'm going to get a slightly bigger brush. Watercolor is very forgiving. So I think I'm going to paint mine every other one. I'm going to do maybe color.
And yeah, no.
See that?
And this is a whole.
It's not. So I took the time.
I'm going to.
And all this to be over here later. It's a good another one.
How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good? Good.
How you doing, Lucille?
Cut.
That's good. So now I'm going to change colors. I'm going to change colors. Wipe my brush on the side, dab it into the thing here. And I think I'm going to, and I'm going to finish my blue, painting my spots. You notice how I take my time when I'm going around the edges.
You hear her? She said, "Take your time." That's what I do. You good? Ain't no hurries. Take your time.
That's right. It's not,
I appreciate the backup.
yes. Thank you. And you're going to finish painting in all of those little spots. We're going to finish painting those in. And if you notice, I'm moving my brush in one direction. So if I'm going up, I'm going to keep doing that. Or if I'm pulling down on my paintbrush, I'm going to keep doing that until I get it all colored in. So what do you think? You having fun?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. How about you?
Yes.
Okay. I hope so.
This is great. For me, this is more exciting than I had even
Yeah.
fathomed.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a great thing to it's painting is meditation. You're in the zone just like you were yesterday, Empress Lulu. You became a scientist. You begin to experiment with the colors and you created your own colors. And that is the best thing ever, is to create your own. And
I'm enjoying this classroom atmosphere for
uh-huh.
for our children, for real. We're gonna have to do
Yeah,
this again.
that's the way it should be. And
Yes.
and the more you practice, like making anything like the koi fish or whatever you learn how to draw, the better you get at it. And you'll be so good that I'll be so amazed, which I'm already amazed anyway, but you'll be so fabulous that I'll be like, oh my God, you're professional. So not only are you a scientist when you experiment with the colors and mix them, but you're also um, an artist, a creative person. Do you know some of the famous painters? They used to, well, they still do. They paint what happens in their dreams. When you're upset, you can draw what you feel. Um, you express yourself through art. It's more than just for putting something on the paper. It actually helps you to focus. You can express your feelings. A picture is worth 1,000 words. And as you can see, art has history to it. It has history. It has what else? It has a lot of history. It has
Yesterday
writing.
you told Lulu it has math, her
Yes,
favorite.
yes, it has math, especially with the math portion. There's a lot of estimation. Um, this is using this is estimating. When you use that, that's an estimation. That is all part of math. Symmetry, when they're the same on both sides. Symmetry, that means they're the same, just like your body. You have two arms, the same on both sides. You have two legs. You have a head, but you have two eyes, just like the fish, two eyes. That's called symmetry when it's the same on both sides. And that is definitely math. And then, like I said, history, symmetry. What else does it have? Then it has the shapes, the organic shapes, which are these shapes in nature, just like you're made. Then it has geometric shapes. Geometrics are the ones that are squares, triangles, rectangles. And then it has also the shapes, it has um, uh, three-dimensional shapes or 3D shapes, like a box. When you create a box, if you're creating a box, three-dimensional. So it has all of that, and you'll learn that in math. You'll learn that. Architects definitely learn that trick. So art has a little bit of everything as well as the history. And many of the great painters back in the day, they would use art to explain a situation. So you get a lot of information out of that. And the colors determine You can understand kind of what's going on, the mood of the person, the mood that you want to reflect in your painting or your whatever you're doing. Okay, so let me see. Now, after I got those painted in, I'm going to paint in the background. I'm not going to paint the fin on top yet, but I am going to paint the background, that information around these organic shapes in here. I'm going to go ahead and paint those. And eventually I'll paint the tail and the eyes. All of that needs painting. Everything. When you paint everything. Everything. So let's see. I got to put some more color in here. Let's see. Do I want kind of a greenish light? I think that I want the background around the spots on the koi fish. I think I want it to be kind of a greenish color. But remember, you choose the colors. It's your painting, and you can make it any way you want because you're the boss. It's your world. You're creating your world is what you're doing. Okay, so whatever colors you want. So I think I'm going to make it green, and I'm going to just do it lightly. A light green, kind of a light green. Now, if you want to, as far as the whiskers on your koi fish, you can go ahead and make that. You can use a marker to color that in if you want to, or colored pencils. And that's called mix painting or mix media. That means you use more than one thing to make the art. So I'm working with watercolor, and if I wanted to, I can take, say, my oil pastels, which is just oil crayon, and I can paint in the whiskers with that color. And I can just go around and do that. And so I have them all painting it. So right now, your focus is getting the paint, making sure you stay within your lines. But if you color outside of your lines, guess what? That's okay too. But you want to kind of stay within your lines. You want to take your time, because remember, this is your creation. It comes from inside of you. What I gave you were the tools, the techniques. And after the techniques, it's all you. It's not me, it's all you. And that's why everyone's art look different. And there's no such thing as bad or good. It's just art. It's just you expressing who you are. That's all it is. So let me finish painting that. Put some water in there. Okay, so I'm gonna finish outlining this and painting it, being careful to stay within my lines. And after you finish all of it, you can go back with a marker and make it darker. It's up to you. Remember, this is your artwork. I give you the tools, you create the art. It's all up to you. All yours. And in my book, there's no such thing as bad art. They're only happy accidents. That's what I say. How about that? Because I make a lot of happy accidents, and it turns out just fine. So it takes time to paint, and painting is so soothing, so wonderful to focus in on this. And like I said, it's meditation. When you're painting, you're meditating. You're focused in on what you're doing, and it's just a wonderful time. I enjoy it. I paint all kinds of things all the time, and I take my time and do my best. And the beauty of it, if you don't like it, guess what? Guess what, guys? Empress and Kian, guess what? You can always start again. Always. Just remember that. So let me kind of finish this up. It takes time to do this. But you see how I'm taking my time. And with watercolor and any other paint, if you put too much on, like with watercolor, too much water makes it run. And that's running right there. So you want to make sure you dab your brush. So I want to show you, I just made a happy accident. I colored inside the spots, but that's okay because it's mine and I can do whatever I want. It's my world, just as it's your world. And I happen to like a lot of color, so I use a lot of colors in my paintings. And sometimes I think the photographs don't reflect how bright the colors are. So how are you guys doing? I hear no noise.
Good.
I'm doing good.
Okay. All right. Now remember, if you have any questions about any of this, it's okay to ask because there's no such thing as a wrong question.
Okay.
Okay. So understand that I will answer any questions that you possibly may have. And if I don't know the answer, guess what I'm going to say? I don't know the answer. I'll just find it out and get back with you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now I tell you the part that's going to be hard, a little hard to color, or these the fins on the fish. So you can use markers if you want to, or colored pencils to color those in, just like what I did with the oil crayon. But if you take your time, you can do it. So let me get. So I'm getting there. I'm coming through my heart. How are my ladies doing? my older empresses.
Oh, I'm good. I'm not drawing yet.
You're not. Wow, that's right. I thought you were drawing.
I
Okay,
can
so
look something up right quick.
no, that's all right. You're good. All right. So because I use charcoal to draw the fish, when the watercolor paint touches it a little bit on the edge, it makes the color darker. But that's okay. Now later on, if you want to put like glitter on it or anything like that, you can do all of that. Any of that. Okay, what color do I want the pins to be? I think I'm gonna get purple.
And Marcia's here again with us.
Oh, is
She
she?
up the season. Marcia, you gonna show us your work, ma'am? Your art? That craft?
Let's
He's
see.
encouraging you. Yes, sure.
Let's see.
That mic is muted, but I can read the language over there. Quit playing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, Lulu whispered, I wanna see.
I want to see. I want to see too.
Marcia said, oh man.
Uh-huh.
Look at her.
Let me see.
With her oh man face.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
Oh,
Oh, that's so cute. It's
that's
so
what's
cute.
up.
Yeah,
Ray's
that's
gonna
what's
make
up.
me draw me one.
Yes, yes. There you go. Drawing is easy. You just have to know the steps, you know, the technique, rather. Once you learn the technique, you can change it to fit what you want. Now, if you notice, I did color over the lines because I colored in charcoal. I mean, I drew in charcoal. And it's okay if you drew in pencil, if you color over the lines, you can go back later with um, marker or even, well, marker probably would be better, or oil pastels, any of that. You can go back over it later and color it in.
We have a lot of artists in our family, and I'm not an artist, but most of the males are.
Uh-huh.
And I have an uncle. He does what I call micro dot paintings.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
is pointillism is what it is, where he
Like
takes
they
yeah.
a
would use in
dot,
the comic strips.
dot like this.
And
Yeah,
it
that's
takes a lot of time.
yes.
Yeah,
I
they used
did.
to use. Do they still use that in the comic strips? Well, back in the day, they had the Sunday paper with the comic section.
Those are called Bende dots. Bende dots, and
Okay,
it's kind of like the pixels we have now,
right.
uh, and those are called Bende dots. The
Okay.
pointillism, or if he does it with a pencil or paint, then that's called pointillism, where you just make dots. It's just
Yeah.
dots. And the closer they are together, the darker that area is. And the further they are apart, the lighter that area is. I did one self portrait like that in college, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's no joke. It's a lot of work. Wait a minute. I might have it here. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. I may have it here. I'm going to look and see. Yeah. Let's see.
Brush it wet. You
Sorry. I'm
can't
looking
push
for
the brush together if you're trying to get a finer tip.
So Kai Creatrix shared her Michael Jackson fish with us. She just painted it.
Really?
Okay.
Kai. I'm excited.
Where's she at? Yeah, so she is gonna paint it, color it in, and then we'll share that if we have time.
Right. And if anybody else does this, I would love it if you would share your work on this platform. I would love it if you do that. I'd love to see what you've created. It excites me to see students of any age make art. It's just very exciting for me. And the thing about art, it helps you to, like, with critical thinking. So there, such as math, I have learned there is more ways than one to solve a problem. More ways than one. That's the same with art. There's more than one way to solve a problem. And it's no such thing as this is right or wrong. If you get the correct answer, then it's correct. Same with art. When you make art, there's no right or wrong way to do it. So you just keep going. So I think I'm going to make the inside of his mouth. I don't know how far you've gotten, but I would go back over this and make it. I don't know if you can see it. This is just on a piece of paper, but this is excellent practice. So on your watercolor paper, you can do it again. And you color in the thin. Many people will take the thins and they will make them lighter color or a different color. Let's see, what color do I want to make the fins? I think I'm going to go with something I have not used. So let's see, what color can I do? So again, you're becoming a scientist. What colors will I make? And how will they look? Are they gonna work or not? But the beauty of paint, you can always paint over it. Did you know that?
Yep.
Yep, you can always go paint over it. So I'm trying to think, what color don't I have in here? I'm gonna use a little bit of blue. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and paint that in. And you know what I've learned? That the color of, the watercolor, the quality of the watercolor helps a lot with it makes it darker. There's some watercolor paint is not equal as in acrylic and as in any other oil paints, which is my favorite paint to use. There we go. So I'm coloring that in, and I will go back over this once it dries. Oh, and it dries really quickly too.
You said you like using oil paints?
Yeah, that's what I use mostly, is oil paint. Is what I use.
And
Mostly.
why don't you tell the people about your great art with the shungite?
Oh, with the shungite, yes. Okay. Well, with my art, I do. I use crystals and shungite in my paintings, and I use that to help with the EMF. I forgot what you call it. I forgot about that. But I put it on to protect the paintings. Protect you from the negative rays, such as microwave rays, which are not really good for you, and rays coming from your cell phone and your computers in your home. And if you put the painting up in your home, that's supposed to protect you. And the way it works, the EMF protection, the negative rays from the atmosphere which you're in, it goes in, and then it turns the shungite, turns it back out to a positive. So you're not getting all of that the negative rays from the computers and all of that. So I do put those into my paintings. That's my website, and it has prints on there. If you want an original, that's where I put the shungite, on the originals that I use. So it's
So do
like,
all of these have shungite? Did you
no,
push?
these the originals do. These are prints. This is basically for
I get what you're
prints.
saying. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, it's prints on this page. But I'll show you one where you can see the shungite and the crystals and
The immaterial essence is new to me. I like her.
yeah. Okay, so this is what we're drawing. If you can see that.
Oh.
Okay, that's the koi fish. And right here, these are pink quartz and shungite. And I got something else in there. I got a little bit of, but I got shungite, pink quartz. I have a little bit of, what is it? No, this is all shungite on here.
Now what grade of shungite are you using?
I have elite
Oh,
shungite.
that's the best one.
Yeah,
That is
that's the best
beautiful.
one.
It was
Yeah.
kind of blurry at first, but I could see it real well now. That is beautiful.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. That's
I
it.
need
That's
I
right.
need one. Is that on the website?
No.
That's
Some are
not a
not.
print.
Yeah.
Now that's an original.
Yeah, I
that's-
need that one in my life.
yeah, that's an original. And so you have crystals, you have pink quartz, you have shungite, and all around here, shungite has a sheen to it.
Yeah.
you know,
The elite
and it's
does,
a
yes.
beautiful sheen, and you can see the sheen on there. And then I covered it in I forgot what you call that stuff. In a liquid
Is it like a
cream
shellac?
shine.
Right.
It's like a shellac.
It's like
I'm
what you
losing
put
my
over like a
words.
glass table to
It's
make it
saran wrap.
A glaze?
yes.
It feels like that, but it's a liquid form that I have to mix up, and I want to make
Yeah,
sure
like
that
you
the
pour it
shungite.
on and then it takes a bit to dry.
Okay.
Yes, that's it.
I know
And I
what
put
it
a
is.
little
But I
bit.
can't remember the name.
I can't either, and it's funny because I use it all the time. Here's another one that I use. Let me show you
While
this.
you head over there, I need you to send me an invoice for that koi fish original you just showed.
Uh-huh.
Right.
I'll
So
send
somebody
the
else see it and
other
snatch it up. Because
Uh,
somebody else gonna see that and snatch
You
it
know
up,
me,
right?
let me try and snatch up my stuff. I got the first bid. Send me an
There you
invoice.
go.
Actually, and where we at? For the record, here go my info in the ticker below. So Sharp hit me up with that invoice.
Okay, I will hit you up with that. Okay, this is one of the recent ones. Both are recent, but this is her name is.
I remember her.
Yes, I haven't put the shine over it yet, but if you
Okay.
can see up in the corner, let me see. It has the shungite. I think it has pyrite. It has shungite, pyrite, and it has the what do you call that stuff? Copper in it.
Mhm.
So it has those three and another one too. I forgot which one that is. But in the bird, the flower, that's where the shungite and the pyrite and the copper is all in there too. So, and I have a little copper in the other one too. So I try to combine it because I know they all work together to do the job that they need to do. But yeah. And this is matriarch Seahawk or whatever. But yeah. So those are some of them that I'm doing.
So how did you get into putting the shungite, the very elite shungite in your photo, your artwork?
Well, I ran into someone that showed me or told me, not showed, but told me about using using the shungite in my paintings and what it does and what it does for the room. It was Azariah, and yeah, he told me how what to do, and I watched him as he put it into forms, and he puts it in his paintings as well.
Okay.
And he uses many different materials, not exactly shungite. And then I began to read up on it and find out which one was the best. And I have both kinds.
Yeah.
But I got from you, Marcia.
Yeah, you got the grade 1 for me, but you use grade 3, which is the best.
Yes, I got that. So I put it in the paintings because I understand that we do need protections from the towers that have gone up with the cell towers, which
And the
has
smart meters. You got your smart meters. Oh yeah,
yes.
You got the shungite phone shield. I sell those.
Yes.
Now, do you know the most toxic thing in your home? Shungite for her water filtration. You talking about EMF? Do you know the one thing in your home that's always constantly generating EMF and pulsing out?
Is it the microwave?
No.
No, what?
Your refrigerator.
Oh.
You never turn it off.
I didn't know the refrigerator.
Yeah, you never turn it off either.
That's right. It's constantly on. So it would be good to put some shungite in that area so that it can absorb some of those negative rays coming in from that.
And Marcia, share with because I'm familiar with that info from Marcia. Marcia, share with everyone about how they can unplug their refrigerator and overnight everything will still be okay. Calm down.
Yeah, if you don't have a fish tank or emergency medical equipment, just when you get ready to go to bed, shut your whole house off by the main breaker refrigerator will stay cold for 12 to 24 hours. So by the time you wake up in the morning, turn everything back on, you still got your refrigerator's good, but you turned off all the EMF posting. You can also you can do Faraday cages, or you can get the Faraday paint and paint your walls, and it has to be grounded, and that will stop that from coming in as well.
Right. Oh wow, that's amazing. I didn't know about the refrigerator.
Yeah, and if you turn your electricity off, you save about $50 a month at minimum on your electric bill. Why is your stuff running while you're asleep? They just getting free money from you.
That's true.
Or if you're going out, say you got a 8-hour job, like I said, when you turn it off in the morning, you're not going to be home anyway. The refrigerator's not going to get open. Everything will stay at temperature. So that's 8 hours of electricity that they're feeding off of you, and you're not even using it.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm gonna have to tell my my mom about that. Yes, that is amazing.
Yeah, that dawned on me.
It's amazing.
Why they getting free money from me and I'm not home? Wait, let's just shut everything down. I mean, unless you got an alarm system. If you got an alarm system, you probably can't shut everything down, but you can go in individual breakers and shut those rooms off.
And you shut it off from the breaker?
Yeah, I just shut my whole breaker down, but now that I have my alarm system, I just shut down different rooms.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That definitely makes sense. Yeah,
And the other amazing part of it all is this is the most informative art class ever.
Absolutely. We give you a little bit of paint, and then a little bit of knowledge, because it's all creative creations. So yes, most definitely. I also mix shungite up, crush it, and mix it up in my paint sometime if I'm going to use a lot of black paint. And
as the colorant. Yeah.
Yes.
You put it in the coffee grinder?
Yeah.
Now now you putting that in the coffee grinder, so it's a powder, right?
Yes.
You can put it in capsules and ingest it.
I know. And clean your water. I forgot about that.
Yes.
That's right. Clean your
water. So that's only with the elite shungite. You can't do that with the first grade. That elite shungite is very powerful, and that's what you can ingest.
Yes, that's true. That's very true. Yeah. I actually ordered some shungite dirt and I put it in my garden.
Oh yeah. We got a bunch of shungite in our gardens. Yeah. But we got the rocks. So yeah, they all around the house, all in the yard.
Right. And I think people don't realize how dangerous the rays are, those EMF rays are in your home. And then even when you're in your car, at work, I don't think they realize that.
And I would advise anybody that's listening to this that you're interested in getting shungite, you can go on eBay. I would advise you to start getting it now, because shungite has to come from Russia. It's only in one area in Russia. I don't know when they're gonna shut down shipping, but I suggest you get on it and get as much as you can now. You can even resell it, but I suggest you get it because it's got to come from Russia. If it's not already here, you may not be able to get it.
That's true. It took me my first batch of elite shungite. It took me 3-4 months to get it.
Wow.
4 months. Yeah. So yeah, you might want to get it now. If it took 4 months to get it before anything happened.
Right. Because I don't even know if they're letting them go and mine it right now.
Yeah. So, with everything that's going on, I'm sure.
Right.
Yeah. But isn't that the same? That is the same thing they used for Chernobyl when they had that nuclear.
Yes. Yep. They dumped it in there and it cleared most of that up.
Yes.
So that's something to have. Elite shungite is something to have on hand for that particular reason.
Absolutely.
Radiation. It's a plant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like a factory. But that is something we all should have, some elite shungite in our possession.
Right. And like you said, the elite shungite, you can put it in your water and it'll purify your water. Right. And I have a Berkey, I know all of you do. And I even put it in my Berkey.
Yep. In my Berkey, I have shungite, elite shungite, I have silver coins, I have Herkimer diamond and moldavite.
Oh, moldavite. Okay.
Yeah. Moldavite's hard to get too.
Yeah.
But I got it from a source that I knew it was Moldavite. They don't play. But some people selling fake Moldavite, and that's not cool.
That's not cool at all. Yeah, you do have to watch it when you're searching out. But I got mine from you, so I trust.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. In fact, Marcia has some great products. She sells soaps and you name it. All of this. I use the soaps.
Kind of multicolor in
I
the
definitely-
Yeah, we even make the shungite soap.
Yes.
My husband's all about the shungite.
Yeah, I got so many from you. Shungite soap. That's what I use on my face. And I used to wash my hair. Especially now since I cut it all, so it'll grow back.
Me too. And I told you, Marcy, I use that soap on my hair as well.
That was originally his shampoo bar.
Really?
We sent it to our friend. She's Puerto Rican, and she said it made her hair poofy like an afro, so she couldn't use it. So my husband stopped selling it as a shampoo bar.
Oh, okay. Well, it works. I love it.
I guess different people got different grades of hair. So
right.
But yeah, that's his shampoo bar.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll mix pumice stone in it. So you can get a harder scrub for the men that are like mechanics, so they can really clean their hands.
Yeah. I'm telling you, fam, that their Marcia's soaps are so wonderful. They're pure, they're organic. I love it. I just love it.
Somebody say monkey fart.
Monkey fart.
Monkey fart.
Yeah, we said it. We said it.
That's my favorite soap scent.
Huh?
Yeah, that's her favorite.
Yeah.
I think she could warehouse a monkey farts. She'd be like, "This is the only soap I sell."
Right.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
And you know what else I like? I love the chapstick.
Oh, the lip balm, yeah.
Yeah, the lip balm. Yeah, I got that too.
I only make, there you go.
Yes.
And I only make peppermint because I only use the essential oils. People be wanting flavored, scented stuff. And I be like, the lips should be soft and moisturized. You don't need to be smelling like cherry. And it's an artificial flavor anyway.
Absolutely.
And then you have to use an artificial sweetener. And what it is that when you smell it and you think that's the taste, but if you actually tasted that flavoring, it's disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
But your smell tells your tongue what it's supposed to be tasting. So when people don't have no sense of smell, they don't have no sense of taste either.
That's true. That's true, especially with what we've been kind of food that we have on the market these days.
Right.
Absolutely. Yes. So yeah.
I think I'm done now.
So how are you two doing on your painting? Look at this.
I think I just got done.
Huh?
I think I just got done for now.
Okay, let me see. Pull it up. Oh, amazing. Okay. I love it. I'm loving it.
Do you color his mouth or leave it?
So what do you think? What do you think?
You have to color it?
No, you don't. You can leave it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, yes. Very, very. Look at this. You guys, all are artists. All of you are artists. And fantastic. And I used to tell my students, I used to tell them, I said, when I look at it and I say it's very good, that means it's really good. So it's very good. Yeah. And I see Miss Lulu over there. She is working it out. Yes, you are. Look at that. I'm so proud of you too. You three. Very, very good. You are serious, Miss Lulu. I love art because it helps the students to focus. They go to their other classes. Well, this is when I was in China. They would go to their other classes and they come in to my classroom and they had a relief. And many times I would do, art teachers are kind of like Lulu. They're focused but they come into my class and they have fun because I want them to have fun, because when you have fun, then you create from within. and it turns out to be so beautiful and so creative, and the colors are amazing too. I love it when students use lots of color. Yeah, and you can color in the eyes. The eyes are dark, they're black, and and the tail, finish coloring in the tail. That's all important. But so what do you think? Did you learn something today?
Did we lose Joy Allen?
Huh?
Did we lose her?
I think we did. I think she went bye-bye.
Yeah, because I can only see me.
Yeah, and I can see you.
Okay, you can see me.
Yeah, I can see you.
But I don't see you.
You don't see me?
No, I just see me.
Oh. But you can hear me. That's all that's important.
Oh, okay. So I'm working with a designer in another country to make these guitar pendants for anybody who's into music.
Oh, beautiful. I've seen those online. Those are fabulous.
Yeah, so I got 15. He made me 15 of them, but he's gonna make me some more. And then they got the different crystals and gemstones in it. This is carnelian. I have a bunch of them. This is coral fossil.
Oh wow, love it.
Yeah, so I took pictures and trying to make me a little photo album to go with the pictures. So that's what I've been working on. And this is the blue soda light. I really like this one.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful. That's right. Your husband makes and
he makes the organite. Right.
Organite, yes.
Yeah. So
the pyramids.
Yeah, I'm working with a team of brothers in Indonesia to create me things that we don't actually have here in the States.
Okay.
So they let me see everything first, and then I see if I want to order it. They do a wholesale for me, which helps. And then, of course, you got to mark everything up. That's just how life is.
Yeah, that's the way it is.
So I sold 5 of these to one person, and they're actually in Vegas right now. And tomorrow they'll be going to the Grammys, and they'll be wearing the pendants. But they gifted 2 of them to one of the Grammy nominees. His name is Chris Stone Kingfish Ingram, and he's a blues guitarist, blues singer. He's only 22, and he's been with some of the greats already. And for him to be nominated for a Grammy at such a young age is amazing Black history. So he's going to be in the Grammys. And then I was looking up the categories, and they got 86 categories they got to go through. And I was like, man, y'all going to be there all night.
Oh yeah, for real. Those programs are so long.
So if you get to check out Kingfish on YouTube, you're going to really like him. He's when you talk about the artistic mind, he's very focused and he's very humble. And I hope to get to have a conversation with him one day, because I got a message from the universe that I needed to tell him to make sure that he watches out for the people around him and watches his money, because that's what happened to a lot of artists. They die broke.
That's true, because people either steal their designs or whatever, or steal their work. Period.
Right. And Cat Williams, he just found out he was broke because he letting somebody else manage his money, and they just stole like $60-70 million from him.
Wow.
Yeah. So he a millionaire, only a millionaire. He's not a multi-millionaire anymore.
Wow.
Letting people manage his money and not checking his books.
I think I heard someone say before that, and I learned from my parents, you never let anyone else sign the check.
Right.
You make sure you know what's going on, because people will do what they do, which infuriates me, because we could all be, and we can all make money if we act right.
Right.
You don't have to steal from someone else in order to do that. But yeah, you make sure you let him know, what the deal is. Because,
if I get a chance to talk to him in person, hopefully he'll reach out to me, because he does have 2 of my pendants. And I just really want him to understand that that is the key to longevity in the music industry. You got to watch your money.
Oh yeah.
And watch your investments and invest in stuff that's gonna keep growing, like real estate.
Mm-hmm. Definitely real estate. Yes.
Missy Elliott was on the program saying she got like 5 or 6 houses all paid for. She made sure they understood all paid for. She ain't carry no note. That's what she did with her money. And then, you know, she got her car collection, but she wanted people to know I got 5 or 6 houses all paid for. So if anything ever happened and she ain't had no money, she can sell them houses.
That's right.
And the market and the money she gonna make off of them because she own them and it's on her name is be like 10 times what she paid for it.
Absolutely, especially with prices these days, the way the real estate market. I don't know how it is there.
It's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad in Virginia.
Well, you know what? It used to be so good. I remember when I first moved down here and I was married at the time. And my ex-husband and I, we bought approximately 2,000 square feet home built from the ground with a swimming pool for $146,000.
It's like
And it's nowhere near that. It's since whatever happened in California, a lot of Californians are moving down here. So the housing market has gone up. It's just out of control. It's getting close to California, or at least Seattle.
What state are you in?
I'm in Arizona.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the housing market was so cheap down here. Everything was cheap. And now, we won't talk about gas.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not quite huh?
It cost me $45 to fill up a 12-gallon tank when it used to cost me $25. So I'm not liking none of this.
It's because
not at all. It used to cost me $40 to fill up my tank. Now it's getting close to $80 if it's down. But I never let it get down. And that's why I came off the road, basically. Well, I needed maintenance done too. But I came off the road when I was traveling around the country, or at least the West Coast and the Midwest. And the gas prices were eating my money up fast.
You said you've been to China?
Yeah, I lived in China. Well, total about 5 years. But I lived in Shenyang first. That's up by Beijing, and I did not like it. It was too cold, and cold weather and I don't get along. And then,
I see. That's why you're in Arizona.
Yes. And then I moved. Then I came back, and I wasn't even looking for this job. They contacted me. I knew that I wanted to. I knew I wanted to get out of the country and work out of the country, and because I make more money as a teacher.
Right.
So they contacted me, and I lived in Shenzhen for about 4.5 years. I just came back in 2020, July.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was. So I was there through all their pandemic, and then I came back here and went through ours. The pandemic, actually.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. So, and it was worse here. Yeah, but that's pretty much all that's going on.
That's it. Lulu has decided to paint her background. So
I saw that.
She transferred to the table so she can get the edges because she's not gonna get blue paint anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Empress Lulu, when you paint the background around the edges of the fish, make sure you get as close as you can and take your time. Remember the contour line, the outside line. But what I see pure creativity. That's what I see. Yep.
And concentration.
Focus.
Yeah.
I mean, Yeah, it's focus. I mean, don't you find that you focus when you do that?
She talking to you, Lucille.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I know. And what about you? I forgot your name already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you concentrate?
Mhm.
So do you like to draw?
Kind of.
Kind of? What is your
Mhm.
favorite subject?
Reading.
Speak up.
Reading.
Reading?
Mhm.
Reading is good, it's essential. Yes.
I also like reading manga,
Do you? Okay.
animated in books
Anime.
instead of on TV.
Okay.
Do you draw anime?
Mm-mm.
No?
No. I drew Obito Space once, but that was it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
My
Well,
son draws anime,
does he?
and
Yeah.
one of my daughters.
Yeah, that's the hottest thing, now, the anime. It's pretty impressive. But it's easier to draw anime, I think, than it is to draw realistic. Yeah.
Because you have more to work with. Like, there's literally anime about anything. Like, somebody stranded on an island with only, like, one person and a magical superpower.
Yes. Well, all forms of art is good. It's good for everything that you do already, while you're getting your schooling in. It helps with that. It helps with your mood. It helps with it helps you to think and make decisions, because you have to make decisions in art. You have to think about the color. Are you drawing the line the way you want to draw it? Are you going to erase it or not? Are the dimensions or the measurements correct for you? All of those things. All of the great artists went through all of that. And that's why they did what they did. You ever heard of Picasso and Michelangelo? All of them. They practice.
Chris Brown, was it?
Yeah. Chris Brown, yeah, in his art. Yes. Absolutely.
Chris Brown got some art.
Well, he does another form of art. He does music.
As in Chris Breezy?
Chris Breezy? I don't know.
The singer, Chris Brown?
I guess. But it's all forms of art are good. I like to say
He draws?
Yeah, he draws. Give it a call.
I like to say that music is art for your ears.
Yeah.
Drawing is art for your eyes. That's what I'd like to say.
That's Chris Baker.
So all forms.
I already know I'm on Google.
You're a Google.
Like art. I think he passed away.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see.
Yep. So when you clean your brushes out, make sure when you store them and you get all the water off with the paper towel, make sure you store them this way. They go in the jar this way. Can you see that? This way.
Hold on, do that again. Do that again for me.
They go in the jar this way.
The handle on the bottom.
Yeah, after you clean them and you wipe them off, kind of squeeze it out with your hand like this and get the point back on it. Then you store them in your jar or wherever you store them this way. Because if you store it this way,
it's gonna damage it, and then it's gonna be all dented in,
right?
Raggedy looking.
Yep. So you don't want to do that. Yeah.
Well, I used to write poetry. I haven't written in a while, but I wrote a poem, and my daughter, I gave it to her when she was in 6th grade, and she actually, with a group of other children from her school, had it published.
Wow.
So,
yeah.
I do
See,
have it.
that's
I have it in front of me. If you all want to hear it, it's short.
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it. I want to hear.
The title of it is "Be Proud to Be Black." So be proud to be Black and don't be dumb. Know that one day we shall overcome. Start spreading love, not violence. and this drug thing doesn't make any sense. Look in the mirror. What do you see? A Black person that is still not free. The people in our history just made a dent. Now it's up to us to use common sense. We need to figure out what's going on so we can forge ahead and be strong. They're trying to tell us that what we're doing is wrong, but it's a Black thing. Now that is my point.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I like that. Yes.
Like
I
what?
love it.
What can she not do?
I don't know. Because they make jewelry too. It's like, what don't you do? Now poetry.
Right.
Yeah. I've been thinking
When I was going through some hard times with my children, I wound up in a shelter.
Mhm.
And in the shelter, this grandmother had, I think, 6 of her grandchildren. And she had one of her grandchildren, which was a girl who would not really speak and wasn't really open to communicating. So I gave her that poem to say at school, and that opened up her mouth. From then on, she was no longer shy. She was vocal. And everybody clapped for her, and they actually wanted her to come back and do it again. So
Wow.
me letting her use my poem, and I showed her how to be creative with it. So like
Mhm.
I gave her a mirror, so it says, "Look in the mirror. What do you see?" And she took the mirror around the audience. And then when I said start spreading love, I had made her a bunch of paper hearts. So she threw those out in the audience, start spreading love, not violence. So I really helped her animate the poem visually and physically when she did it. And it opened her up to, I don't know, wasn't able to keep up with them, but I'm sure she went on to do great things.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Hmm.
You know, I the greatest gift that you can give to a child is your talent, your whatever it is, whether it's writing or music or art or whatever, or the gift of poetry, your voice. That's the greatest gift you can give them. And all of these things together, they are considered anyway the arts. And that's what when students get involved, and I say students because that's what I'm used to, but when they get involved in these activities, it gives them a sense of self. And then not to mention that every time I teach, I learn. And I understand my job is to inspire. And that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to inspire our young. And that has been my whole thing the whole time that I was in what I was teaching, is to inspire. And they give me so much back. They give me so much love. They feel my heart. And I miss that. I do. So thanks to Joy and Miss and everybody, I have the opportunity to do it just one more time because this is truly what I love and enjoy, really. And I'm not crying, but I have allergies and my eyes run. But I do. I missed it. This filled my heart. I mean, it's about the same when I'm creating a piece of art and I have something in mind as it is with watching the students or the children create something that is inspiring, and to look in their eyes and see the inspiration behind that and how they feel, the confidence that's built up. And they would go, "Look, Miss Barry, what I've done. Look what I did." And I'm like, "Oh, this feels good." And they just give me love. And they give me love. And I do miss those little people because I was a rock star. But that's life. This is another new chapter. I'm retired now. But I enjoyed this. I definitely enjoyed doing all of this. And I think that both of you, you're on your way. You're doing really great. This is just the start. Don't stop here. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep creating, because whatever you create, remember, it comes from you. It is you on the page. And I understand that every time that if I sell my art, a piece of me was going with that art. And that's you on the frame. That's your feelings, that's your ideas, your colors, whatever's within you, your emotions. It's on that canvas or on that piece of paper, whether it's black and white or pencil or crayon or marker, whatever it is, it's coming from you. And it's just like Empress Lulu, yesterday we had a little session, and what we did is I told her to play with the artist, become the scientist, put on her, oh, look at that. That's good. Who is that? Oh my gosh.
My one daughter drew that.
Oh, that is beautiful. So it's you on the page. It's a little part of you. And I understood that when I gave it away, I gave a little piece of me away because it came from within me. It didn't come from outside. It came from within. And that's a beautiful thing, that you share your life like that with someone else. But anyway, I had that. Look at this. Oh my goodness, this is good. Oh.
What's good is you are enjoying this, so when I want to do another broadcast, I won't feel bad asking.
Okay.
Because this is great. I love this. This is great. Next time I'll be more prepared, and I'll participate as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
But this is my first time doing the broadcast like this. I wanted to, and really my whole outlook was the classroom environment. So I just wanted really her right here. I didn't plan on being in the camera and none of that stuff, but it happens.
Yes. 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 It was great. I enjoyed it. And I guess I already said my closing statement. And Marcia and your grandson and Miss Lulu and Joy, I have enjoyed myself. You've given me something that I haven't had since 2020 July. So thank you for that. For giving
Speaking
me
of things we've not had since, Empress Lulu has not had any kale chips in a little while. Yeah. He make them. She loves those. When I get those, no one else can have any. So I don't even bother telling anybody that I'm getting them. I just send them straight to her.
You gonna make them?
When I can,
Okay.
which is when, like, I think when I come back from Aiden's house.
Okay. He gonna get them together. He working and he's playing. So I'm pretty much done with all my projects at the house. So whenever he comes back over, we can start on that.
Oh, that's great. Both of you did an excellent job. I'm so proud of you.
She talking to you a little bit.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So
Done? Almost. She almost done.
Almost done?
Marcia, you sharing your closing?
Sure. This is Marcia Harris, Owns of Common Sense, also affiliated with Black Star Organite. If you're looking for items, let me know. I do bath and body products. I prefer to have a conversation with you so we can make sure that you're getting what you need. My website does have a package on it called Detox Your Skin, and it pretty much has everything in it that I make. And I always throw in extra things because that's just what I do. And if you're interested in getting back to nature, you need to start with your skin because it is your largest organ. And then you need to focus on the inside because you have to reset your cells. So if you have any issues with doing that, let me know. I do have some master herbalists on deck that will get you right. And I have one, Yaki Hickman. He's reset people from stage 4 cancer and anything beneath that. He can reset your body. You just got to follow the regimen, and it's not going to be easy. But if you want to live, you'll put in that work. So I love you all, and my grandson Keon. And hopefully he'll be a heavy equipment operator. He'll be able to come and tear down some land for you all and help you all build some homes in the future. Because everybody might want to go to college, but we still need people with hands in the dirt. So I want my grandson to have his hands in the dirt. I'm trying to give him opportunities that are not so easily available for our young Black children, like horseback ride and heavy equipment operations. Most of the Black children don't even know those things exist because they haven't been outside of their neighborhood. So I'm trying to make sure he gets some other activities besides being on his Oculus and his video game. You see, he knew how to set everything up on his computer. I didn't know what he was doing. He did. So he's a very intelligent and very good child. And lefty. So that's my lefty.
All right.
So his brain already operates differently than most people. As you know, when you do that left side thing, brain can't do it. So we appreciate the class. I actually wasn't feeling good today, but I had promised Joy Allen that I was coming. So I drug myself out my sick bed. I even went to the gas station to get gas, and they was not moving. I said, I don't even need the gas. I got 100 miles left in the tank. I pulled out from the pump. I'm sure they was like, I thought she was getting gas. I ain't got time for y'all. I get it later. So I wanted to be here in a timely fashion to support everyone. You know, we're all artists, and we're all trying to make sure that everybody is acknowledged. And I wanted to make sure I was part of this session, and because I said I was going to be, and I made sure that I was. So I love you all, and peace and blessings.
Yes. See ya. Peace.
See ya.
See you.